Okay, part 3. Now I've got it on my machine. I've got it set for 1/4 of an inch. And I am going to stitch, back stitch, keeping it at 1/4 of an inch, being really careful about that. Going nice and slow, and just so much easier. And that really forgiving. You know, I thought, oh no, it's so wrong, it's not perfect, blah blah blah. It doesn't care if it's perfect. Okay. And I'll just use this to cut. There we go. Now, what I did is I stitched that 1/4 of an inch. And when I open it up, it's stitched. Now, I'm going to do the next line. Going that way. And even if it's not perfect, it's okay. It is what it is. So you just line it up for 1/4 of an inch. Make sure you have a foot that gives you 1/4 of an inch. And then just slowly stitch. Making sure you stay at 1/4 of an inch. You know, but again, it's not going to be perfect, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect. Experiment, you know. If it's a tad off, it's really forgiving. This technique was developed by the 10 sisters. They have the easy piecing grid, and it's wonderful. They really, really have some fun stuff. I really enjoy stitching their stuff. They have a lot of free patterns also. You can go on the 10 Sisters website. Easy Piecing Grid. This is not theirs. This is just fusible featherweight interfacing that I use. But because I didn't need a grid. They have pre-gridded fusible interfacing that is wonderful. You know, if you're doing a large quilt, that's the way to go. I highly recommend it. I have actually made a quilt. My husband and I did. He likes to do mosaics, you know, tile mosaics kind of stuff when he was a kid. He liked to do that. So he really enjoyed that. He glued all those squares. He designed the quilt, and it's sitting on our couch right now. It's beautiful. It's also yellow, actually, yellow and blue. So that's really nice. You can do that. Be sure and check out 10 Sisters. There we go. Just fold that. Now, this one, I'm catching some of the fabric on one of the squares, which is okay. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Really doesn't. You'd be surprised. It's so forgiving. There. Get this out of the way. I really enjoy this. And you can use half square triangles. You know, it's really, if you go on their website, you'll see how fun this technique is. And it's so much, in small projects, you can't beat it. If you want to do little teeny tiny 1-inch squares, you can. You just, you know, either draw a grid on your fusible. One tip I'll give you is draw the grid on the bumpy side where the glue is. That's where you're going to be gluing, right? So, that's always helpful. Okay, last row, going this way. There we go. Let's speed this up a little. Okay, it's done that direction. Okay, now I'm gonna go this way. So cool. Oh, and I want the seam allowance to go all the same way. So be sure and do that. Let's see. What I want to do is make sure everything is going the same way. Okay? So when I press it, there. It's all going the same way. What I mean by that is this. These are the seam allowances. You want them all going the same way. Okay? So that they nest properly. There's a whole thing about nesting. The seams. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to really be careful here. Make sure I get those down. Nope, stop. There. Maybe I should slow down. Okay. Now I'll let you know what this looks like. There. Uh-oh. I sewed this on. That's a mistake. But here, I'm going to show you what you can do. You can pick it out. There is no shame in doing that. Picking out is perfectly acceptable. Ripping happens. I rip out every day. It's almost a hobby. I do it so often. You could call me an expert at ripping out. I don't fear the ripper. Let's put it that way. But these are things you have to... There. Okay. Now... There. Now, just make sure you have everybody going the same way. There. Okay. Now that is out of the way. Okay. There. Now. Okay. This is what it looks like. See those perfect seams? It really is a really easy technique for making, let's see, where's my ripper? Oh. this is not laying right, so I want to get this to lay right. You want your seams to play nice. So if you have to rip a little bit, that's okay too. There. You want your seams to lay flat and nice and go all the same direction. Okay. That is important. I've done that. I want to do this one now. Everybody's going the same direction. So that's good. I'm all set. And I'm just gonna, see, this doesn't take much time at all. And it's, like I said, it's super forgiving. Okay. I check each one. Perfect. It just looks so good. It always amazes me how easy this is. Get all those seams going the same way. Get that seam. There. I just kind of creep up there. As long as it catches the seam, we're good to go. Okay. Set, go. Okay. This is done. Here is the piece of perfect patchwork. Now I'm going to go press it. I'll be right back. Pressing our patchwork. And this is super easy, and it makes perfect patchwork every time. Okay, I didn't go far enough on one. I need to see. Here also. Okay. There. And this, why isn't it catching that? I don't understand. Okay. Let's just go here. There. Okay. There. Now, perfect patchwork. I hope this helps you in your quilting adventures. Have a great quilting day. And be sure and check me out on Instagram. And thanks for stopping by the Closet Quilter.